I am needed to the Retro Cave. Already in the Retro Cave. Roll the titles. Hi, I'm Retro Richie sending all my love to long ago. Okay, so with the recent announcement that Robert Pattinson might be playing Batman, hang on, here comes the booze. Ooh! Yay! We all knew it was going to come. Whoever you announced as Batman was going to get a boo. Yeah, you could. There's nobody you could really announce him. The fans would have liked. I don't agree with Robert Pattinson's casting unless they do this. Hang on. Unless they do this. If they do this, it will work. A Batman Beyond film kind of thing, with Robert Pattinson playing the young version, I can see coming. Yes, I can see that coming. I can see that working. Robert Pattinson playing Bruce Wayne, I can't see happening. But that got announced yesterday, and funnily enough, yesterday I actually went to the cinema to watch the 1989 Batman with Michael Keaton and Batman Returns back at the theatre, back at the cinema. They're apparently doing rounds at the moment because the original Batman turns 30 this year, 1989's release. So they're doing the rounds. So it was funny that I went to watch that, and that coincided with the announcement of Robert Pattinson, maybe, because they haven't actually confirmed it, all the reports said that Robert Pattinson was playing Batman, and then some came out and said, he might be playing Batman. But then it got me thinking of who my favourite Batman is. Everybody asks, who's your favourite Batman? It's kind of like saying, who's your Doctor Who? Who's your James Bond? Who's your favourite Batman? And so I started thinking about it. Sorry, my message is going off for some reason. I started thinking about it, and I thought I'd do a top 5 of my top Batman portrayals. I think number 1 might surprise a lot of people. So yeah, let's get to it. Number 5, Val Kilmer. Okay, so your question, you're probably asking Val Kilmer, why Val Kilmer? Why do I like him so much? And the answer to that one is, I really can't tell you that much. I just know that I can't stand George Clooney's Batman. Nobody likes George Clooney's Batman. Even George Clooney doesn't like George Clooney's Batman. If you don't believe me...
Didn't you apologise to the crowd at Comic-Con for Batman and Robin?
I always apologise for Batman. Let me just say that I actually thought I destroyed the franchise until they brought it back. You know, somebody else brought it back years later and changed it. But, you know, I thought at the time this was going to be a very good career move. It wasn't.
See, George Clooney doesn't like George Clooney's Batman. But to be honest, Val Kilmer did bring a few good things to it. It wasn't nearly as bad as the George Clooney one. Again, he doesn't get Bruce Wayne right. It's very hard and difficult to get Bruce Wayne right. I don't know if anyone's ever done it apart from 2 of the top 5. No one's ever got the balance right. There's always people who are a really good Bruce Wayne and a really good Batman. No one's ever done both, in my opinion, apart maybe 1 or 2. Maybe 1. But... I mean, yeah, Val Kilmer was nowhere near as bad as George Clooney was. He looked quite good in the suit. He was athletic and he moved around in the suit a bit. I didn't like his Bruce Wayne. His Batman was tolerable, but it wasn't fantastic. Number 4. Christian Bale. See, this is where it starts getting interesting. Because you're now thinking, hang on, if he's at number 4, who the bloody else at number 3, number 2 and number 1? Why the hell is Christian Bale at number 4? Yeah, I don't like Christian Bale's portrayal of Batman. In my opinion, and yes, it is my opinion, I think Christian Bale does a really good Bruce Wayne, but a really bad Batman. this is where the balance thing again. His Bruce Wayne is rich, and he's trying to change the alter ego so you wouldn't believe that that guy was Batman. And I think that really works. I think that's really, really good. Seeing him as a playboy, and I think that's really good. His Batman is ridiculous. There is no way you can walk around doing that voice. I am Batman. What's in the arrows? It's absolutely ridiculous. The voice is just... It's almost become a joke because I think it was... I don't like dark and gritty. In fact, I'm almost tempted to make Retro Richie anti-dark, anti-gritty because I think it's bollocks. You don't have to like something because it's dark and gritty. Everything has to be dark and gritty at the moment. There can't be no light, no fun, no. If I want dark and gritty, I'll look out the fucking window. Do you know what I mean? But his Batman was a little too over the top for me. It was just, the voice was ridiculous. And it became a bit of a joke after a while. I think it did tend to die down a little bit towards the sequels. But even then. And I'm not saying that the Batman films are bad. The Dark Knight films aren't bad. I actually enjoy Batman Begins. It's actually my favourite out of the trilogy. I know some people like the Dark Knight. I know some people like the Dark Knight Rises. But for me, Batman Begins is my favourite out of that trilogy. And I'm not saying that none of them are bad films. I just don't like his portrayal of Batman. Number 3. I wish I had a whiskey here because I can't believe I'm going to say this. Ben Affleck! Yeah, okay, we all... I remember the news coming out, and even I was one of those who came out and went, why the hell have you cast Ben Affleck as Batman? But he actually surprised me. He did surprise me. And not only did he surprise me, but I think he's one of the ones in these top 5 that's come close to getting his Bruce Wayne and his Batman quite decent. He had a decent Bruce Wayne and a decent Batman. Alright, we don't really get to see much of Bruce Wayne, but the good Bruce Wayne bits we do get to see are very Bruce Wayne. We get to see him doing a bit of detective work, which we don't get to see in a lot of Batman films. His Batman is like an older version of Bruce Wayne and Batman, so he's been doing this for quite a few years. And it really works. And I think it really works for Ben Affleck as well. I was really surprised with Ben Affleck. Now, don't get me wrong. Ben Affleck was really good in Superman vs. Batman. He was awful in Justice League. But then again, wasn't most things. Justice League for me just didn't work, sorry. But I think his portrayal of Batman Bruce Wayne was better in Batman vs Superman than it was in the Justice League. I even think his Batman was really good in the small scene in the Suicide Squad, and I really didn't like the Suicide Squad. I'm sorry to say, but yeah, Ben Affleck surprised me. But like I said, when I said about people not liking it, that's most of the thing. Michael Keaton had people writing in begging not to make Michael Keaton Batman. Heath Ledger was the same thing. Apparently 2 million fans wrote petition trying to stop Heath Ledger being cast as a Joker. And my God, was he one of the best Jokers we've ever had. So yeah, Ben Affleck really surprised me, and I was anti-Ben Affleck. I still am anti-Ben Affleck, but he surprised me in these films. Number 2, Michael Keaton. See, now, I might have my nostalgic eyes on this one, so I do apologise. But, for me, Michael Keaton is my Batman. He is my Batman. He's the one that I grew up with. He's the first person I saw be a live-action Batman. So he's always going to be my personal favourite. But again, he's one of those who didn't get the balance right. His Batman is really good. His Batman, the voice works. The way that he looks with the eyes and the acting and just the shadows and everything. I even like the fact that he can't move his head in the mask, so he has to turn like that to look at you, which I think is quite a very interesting character trait. I don't think Batman would have looked right if he did look right, look left. Look right, look left. That's one. Yeah. But I think working like this, so he has to turn his whole body around. Kind of gives it that demonic look, and I think it works. Where he fails is the Bruce Wayne. His Bruce Wayne comes across as bland, just bland. and there's not much about him. It gets even worse in Batman Returns. I'm sorry to say, but yeah, I think his Batman's really good, but I think his Bruce Wayne kind of sucks. Okay, number 1. Okay, here we go. Because you probably figured this out by now. Because you've probably gone, well, if it doesn't like George Clooney, and these three, what do they do? There's only one person left. It can't be. It can. Adam West. Yes. Sorry, for me, it's Adam West is the best Batman. I think everyone was. What's the word? I think everyone has classed Adam West as being like the big iconic status as Batman. When you think Batman, you think Adam West. No, you've got to understand this when I speak about this. Is that you can't judge the Batmans to like the other films because this was released in the 60s. If you look at the 60s Batmans at the time, they were all pow, bang, wallop, kapow. And that campy colourfulness. And I'll be honest with you, the Batmans are more comic book than any other Batman films out there. If you watch one of the Batman series, and I've got them on Blu-ray and I've watched them past, it's like the comics of the old Batman comics have jumped out to the screen. It wasn't until we got into the 80s where we started getting like the Dark Knight Returns that Batman started going really gritty. Back in the old days, it was full of colour and campiness and everything. And not just that, but I think he gets his obviously the 60s style Batman and the Bruce Wayne fantastic. He does a really good Bruce Wayne when he needs to, though you don't get to see it that often, and he does a really good Batman for that time period. I also think that he's an iconic scene. I love the line in Big Bang Theory, and I'm just going to have to play it about not having to say I'm Batman. Hang on.
Really? You're ahead of Bale? The man who personified the words, I'm Batman.
I never had to say I'm Batman. I showed up. People knew I was Batman.
If that video doesn't get this video removed, I don't know what will. Anyway, but yeah, Adam West to me is the best Batman because I think he brought the character to life. I know that people will say that he was campy and everything, and you didn't like George Clooney. Yes. But the difference is that George Clooney's films were a sequel to the nitty-gritty dark ones that we got with Michael Keaton. So you just kind of went the wrong way, and it wasn't that the campiness, it was that the acting was bloody awful. But I think they knew what they set out to do when they made the 1966 Batman. And I think it's absolutely positively my favourite Batman portrayal because I know the campiness is ridiculous, and yes, there's ridiculous bits where they go way over the top, and sometimes you think, really, you're doing that? And then you think, oh, that's ridiculous.
Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
Then it kind of sides with some of the good things, and it's really good, and it's the thing that I think Batman was at the time. Like I said, you can't really judge Adam West Batman compared much to the others because it was a different era, and the Batman back then was a kind of different. And this Batman actually encapsulates to all youths, and he tries to give good messages out and stuff like that. So yeah, so you might not agree with me, but like I said, it's my opinions. You've all got your own opinions. We're all entitled to our own opinions. Anyway, that was my top 5 favourite Batman portrayals. Let me know who your favourites is in the comments below. Give us a like, subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you in days to come.